People are too serious these days.
That's quite true.
It's too...
You know when I realized...
Too woke.
Yeah, you know when I realized that it was too much is when SNL went to shit because they're afraid to make jokes about anything. Yeah, I grew up watching it, and the whole... I don't even know if they play it anymore. I stopped watching it 4 years ago.
Was it Alec Baldwin and all them got on there and bashing Trump and just got to be a hate thing.
Well, see, what sucks is like when you grow up watching that kind of stuff. Like I grew up watching Saturday Night Live.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And when you grow up watching that, and then you see it now, like I haven't watched it in years, like since I was younger, right? Mm-hmm. And then you see it now, it's like, what the fuck happened?
It's not even funny.
No, because
it's hateful. It's all just hateful.
Yeah, they're going to talk shit about the president, and that's like their whole thing. You know what I mean? Like there's no jokes. You can't make fun of race or anything. And like, let's keep it lighthearted. You know, like it's not a big deal.
Going to hell in a
right.
Well, it was never about politics. It was just about like general comedy.
Right. That's how people got their starts.
Yeah. So many people.
Eddie Murphy and all them guys.
Jim Carrey. Jim Carrey was a major one.
Well, Jim Carrey.
Well, he was Living Color, right?
Jim Carrey on The Living Color.
Chevy Chase, though. Yeah. Chevy Chase. So many people.
A lot of them.
I can't even name them all.
Yeah. It sucks that it's gotten to be that so political.
Right. Like you said, everyone's so woke, and it's it has the reverse effect though, like you said, because now it's like everything is so hateful. When before you can make fun of people and it was funny, and everyone's laughing at it, and no one's serious about it. It's just a joke.
Well, can you imagine today the Archie Bunker show and the Jeffersons and all that being?
Oh yeah, it would never fly. Even something as stupid as like The Office, like you couldn't do that now. People would be too sensitive about it.
Well, that they just had that shooting where that lady shot that black kid.
Yeah, I didn't hear about this.
Yeah, that was what is it, Ferguson? No,
that was Dante or whatever it was.
The guy that died and all the riots happened. What's his name?
George Floyd.
George Floyd.
Okay, George Floyd. That trial just happened, right?
Yeah.
And okay, well, it's still happening, right? And obviously, the officers are not gonna. He's lucky. He's lucky if he goes to prison. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I mean, with all the evidence and everything, all the recordings that they showed in there, I mean, he's lucky if he goes.
He's completely in the wrong. You know what I mean? Right? Yeah.
Oh yeah. He's dusted.
Yeah.
But what sucks is like there's that, right? Okay, dude's getting prosecuted. I mean, it's clear.
Yeah.
Let's move on.
Yeah.
Now, and rightfully so.
Yeah,
and then honestly, I hate to say that, but
no, I mean it's true though. Like
he went totally outside the defensive tactics.
Yeah,
the protocol,
there's no training
policy.
The only thing that I hate about it is like now all cops are like that. Like because of one person, it's like really, like
that's the way of the world anymore.
Well, and then that kid got shot, right? And this is, I mean, I didn't see it or I didn't hear about it or see the videos or anything like that, right? But they were talking about, and Hart was talking about it earlier today. But he's our deputy warden. He was saying that the chick apparently said she was trying to pull out her taser.
Right.
And
she resigned today.
Yeah, and apparently she ended up pulling her gun on accident and shot the kid.
Yep.
Oh,
and he was black.
Okay.
Yep.
And she was white.
Okay.
White cop.
And they said even on the video you could see the remorse that she was just like, "Oh shit, what did I do?"
Just complete accident.
Yeah, she said taser. Yeah, and she pulled her gun instead. Yeah. On an accident.
That's horrible. It's horrible, right?
But they go, before this all came out today, they go and they start burning down the cities and they start burning down this and doing this. And it's like, why don't you wait for the investigation to be done?
Right.
Yeah.
And that's, I get people all the time that knew I was a cop, and they'll go, they'll call me, well, what do you think about that? What do you think of it? Like the George Floyd. What do you think about that? What's your opinion? I go, I don't have an opinion. What do you mean? I wasn't there. I said, I wasn't there. I don't get to see the full tape. The news media is not going to show you the full tape because I got to see the Rodney King full tape when I went to the academy. It wasn't what you saw on the news.
Right.
So I learned way back then, don't believe what you see on TV. And so I would tell them, I'm like, I'm not judging. I said, let Internal Affairs do their investigation, and whatever the outcome is, hopefully it's above board. You know, and go from there.
Well, I tell cadets that all the time during Firearms Week and officers too. Like, you can't judge someone else's use of force. You weren't there. You don't know what they're feeling.
You don't know. Especially if
you might hear
there.
You might hear rumors and all this stuff or whatever.
Quarterback. Like
yeah, exactly. Even if you watch the video in the dorm or what's going on and stuff, it's like you weren't there you don't know what's happening.
Well, and a lot of the audios don't work, and things that are happening around. I mean, the environment at that time changes the way people react.
Yeah.
You know, if you've never been in a shooting or been shot at or anything, you can train all day and be a marksman.
Yeah.
But you don't know how you're going to react.
Yeah.
When them bullets are flying, you may piss your pants and curl up like into a fetal position. I've seen it happen. Yeah. You know, where guys are like, man, they're spot on at the range.
Right.
Well, and then they're shaking in their own piss when,
you had
when
that
shit
stress
hits the
factor,
fan,
right.
because you can't train for that.
Yeah.
You can't train for how you're going to react, or I'm going to react.
Right.
You cannot.
Well, you're never going to react the same. Even if you do one situation well and you happen to be in a shooting, you get in another. Right. Like there's nothing saying you're going to be that guy.
What you're in and the surroundings and what's going on around you changes the way you do things. Mm-hmm. Yeah, whether there's kids there or women there or men there, that all changes. Because you guys deal with women too, right?
Yeah.
Or no?
Yeah. Oh, and not inmates.
Not inmates.
No.
But the thing is
it's mainly visitation when it comes to the women.
You shouldn't change your use of force as far as habeas grabus. You know, you're grabbing a hold of them. But you do. You have a tendency when you arrest a woman, you probably shouldn't, because a woman will hurt you worse than a man will.
Yeah.
Let me tell you, my worst fights that I ever had were with women. And I'm telling you, you put a wrist lock on them and you put your arm behind their back, put their arm behind their back. I've had women where the back of their hands on the back of their head and they don't even feel it. Women are like cats. They don't stop.
Laying on their feet all the time too.
I'm telling you, women will fuck you up. Yeah. They don't care. They'll rip your nuts off. They don't care. They'll bite your nuts off.
How'd you get into law enforcement? How'd that come about?
Well, I was in construction most of my life, and then I decided I wanted retirement for me and insurance for my kids.
Okay,
that's basically why I got in. I wasn't that little kid riding around going woo woo woo. You know,
yeah.
I really wasn't. I mean, you know, I never thought about being a cop until later on when my kids started getting into sports. You know, I'm like, man, I need to do something, because I never had insurance because I was in construction. Yeah. I built gas stations for 11 and a half years, had my own companies and concrete companies and all that. And so I figured I had to do something to build. I want to work 20 years, be able to let them pay me for the rest of my life.
Makes sense.
And thank goodness that's what I did.
Yeah.
But, yeah.
It's kind of what attracted me to it. And when I was thinking about going to law enforcement, I ended up at the prison. But now they got rid of the retirement, where it's just 401k anyways. So
oh, really?
Yeah,
I got
here locally anyways. I'm sure it's not like that.
State of Nevada retirement's really good. It's a PERS system. You know, you do when I got in, when I retired, I got 75% of my 3 highest years for the rest of my life. Plus, I have health insurance.
How long were you in law enforcement?
25.
25?
Yeah. Okay. There were guys before me that were 80, 75, 80, 90% of their 3 highest years. So you go to Metro or one of those, because I was a state trooper for 10 years, highway patrol.
Okay.
And then I quit there, and I actually went to work for the federal government for a while doing protection. And then I moved down south and went to work for the sheriff's office and finished my career there.
Okay.
So, yeah. Different world. State trooper, sheriff's office, 2 different animals. People ask me, well, is it the same? No, not at all. When I was a trooper, I never got into one fight at all. I had to put the habeas grabus on people every now and then, got a felony warrant or whatever. But that was about it. I went out with the sheriff's office. Holy crap! I was probably in 3 fights the first week.
Wow.
Mental patients and stuff, suicidal, and you know how they are. It's a whole other world. Plus, you deal with a lot more stuff as far as a sheriff's office or a local police. You deal with a wider range of crimes. Whereas a state trooper, I'm not downplaying them at all. That was one of the best times in my life. But you're doing crashes and you're doing speeding tickets. It's mainly traffic. You know what I mean? Luckily, where I was at, I was in a small town, Tonopah, Nevada, 2,000 people.
Okay.
So there would be like one deputy on, so I'd hear a call and I'd race back to town to back them up, and vice versa.
Oh, okay.
Because I had the state of Nevada where I was at, we had the largest beat in the state of Nevada, like 600 miles to cover. Wow. So I'd be 2 hours, 2.5 hours from back.
You said 600 miles
600
for a county?
600 miles of roadway that I had to patrol.
Oh, man.
Yeah.
How do you do that in a day?
You don't.
There's no speed limit.
Yeah.
Well, with accidents and tickets. I mean, you have to write so many tickets a month. But yeah, I mean, at one time I was the highest because we had a lot of fatals on the highway. I had the most fatals out of anybody in the state of Nevada at one time. Wow. And plus, I was a fatal reconstructionist. So I had to go to every fatal and reconstruct the scene.
Oh, like how it had happened.
Yeah, do all the algebra and do all the speed workups and all that to figure out how fast they were going and all that kind of vehicle inspection.
Is that pretty easy to figure out with tire marks and everything else?
That they say in law enforcement.
Yeah, they actually in the police academy. I did a police academy in California, Napa Valley, and that class. There's so much ridiculous math, and there's so much equations that you've never even fathomed before.
You can't believe it.
Like
it's amazing.
You measure out the skid marks from the tires versus
the yaws,
all that stuff. The skid marks, the amount of push-in on the hood,
crush factor,
the amount of in the skid marks, you measure how much rubber is in the asphalt from them skidding, and all that stuff. Like
it's a calculation. There's separate calculations for everything.
Yeah,
and the nice thing about it nowadays, though, from what I've heard, for modern technology, is they have the Sokias and they have those. They're like the laser deals.
Oh, okay.
And it measures. You just plot it. You plot all the points, and it actually downloads the speeds and everything for you now.
Oh, well, that's nice.
What really got me through that class was I used to draw plans for construction. I used to draw plans and stuff for projects.
So your background kind of helped with that.
Yeah, and what you have to do if you're a reconstructionist, you have a fatal, you have to do a drawing to scale. On everything has to be to scale. You're basically working for the insurance company.
Okay.
I mean, everything has to be drawn to scale. That's what really saved me in that class. Was my drawings. I got like a 99.9% on my final drawing. They said they've never seen anybody get one that high.
That's pretty dope.
Because I used to draw plans, so to me it was really easy.
Okay.
The math, sunk my ass. I'm telling you. Oh my God, it's mind blowing. You're wore out by the end of the day. At the class, it has one of the highest failure rates, in law enforcement because of that class. I mean, if you get the privilege to go to it.
Right.
But I was a commercial trooper, for trucks. Okay. I did all the inspections and all that stuff. And I was traffic, and I was an FDO. I've been lucky. I was so lucky in my career. I got to do everything. I did undercover work. I mean, when I was at the sheriff's office, I was a DARE officer for 7 years. School resource officer.
That's awesome.
I had the opportunity to run under the guy that was the assistant sheriff. He ran for sheriff, and I ran under him as the assistant sheriff.
Okay.
Yeah, it's cool.
That's a huge career. We talked about it.
It's accomplishments. Yeah, that's good. Yeah.
I mean, I've been very blessed. Yeah. Even when I was in construction, I mean, I was very blessed. I mean, companies. I had 35 guys working for me at one time.
Yeah.
Yeah. We had had a concrete company, a dirt work company, and a tile company. Did 2 extreme home makeovers. One in Missouri and one in Arkansas. On TV.
Meet the guy?
Yeah.
Yeah, host or whatever?
Yeah, Ty.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. You don't get to talk to him.
You don't get to talk to him.
They keep everybody away from him. He's like a prima donna type dude.
Go figure, yeah.
Right. He kind of seems like it.
Yeah, no, not at all, yeah.
They don't let you really talk to him. There are a few of the ones. There was one guy on there, he's kind of British or something. on that show. It's been a long time.
I know what you're talking about.
Yeah,
I don't know his
him
name.
and another girl that was on there. And they'd come around and talk to you,
Right.
and that stuff. But Ty, you could. They had his little posse around him.
Right. Well, it's funny because he shows up like he did everything himself. And they're like, yeah, we did this, we did that. And
He
it's like,
doesn't have that role.
Yeah, he's just the host.
He's a figurehead. That's
Yeah.
about all he is.
Yeah.
But it was a lot of fun. It was a great experience. Craziest thing about it though is like we had all our names on the side of the van. We got to cover all that up. Like if you watch that show, like all the caterpillar stuff that's there, they have tape over the caterpillar because the only way you can show your name on that show is if you sponsor the show, and it's usually like $50,000.
never even seen that, but yeah.
Home Depot they have all over the show because they sponsor the whole thing. They supply all that stuff.
Yeah.
So we had to pay for all of our labor. They paid for all the supplies, but we had to pay for all the labor and stuff. So it was cool though because it's for charity and stuff.
Yeah.
So the one in Arkansas was a house, and then the one in Missouri was like a handicap ranch. It was like a whole ranch for handicapped kids. That was super cool, that one, because it was for a great cause.
Yeah.
But it's fun. I've been very blessed in my life. I mean, I've done so many things. I never worried about losing my job because I always had a lot of backup.
Yeah.
So what about fitness, Rick? How'd you get into that? Did you start at a young age?
Yeah.
I know I heard you a little bit about like being a football coach. So I'm guessing you played football when you were a kid?
Oh, yeah. I wrestled, ran track, played football. I've always been athletic. Played a lot of popular football and stuff like that. So I've always kind of been physical, staying in physical fitness. And then I used to race professional motorcycles.
Oh, shit.
Yeah, that's how I lost the fingers.
Oh, Rick's done everything. All right. But let me see. What do we got here? What do we got? Let me see.
Well, I only have like 7.5.
How'd you lose them? What
It's the
happened?
front sprocket.
It went into the sprocket?
Yeah, cut them right off. Made hamburger meat out of them.
Dude.
It's cool. That was when I was a junior in high school. Spent a year in a wheelchair. Yeah.
Wow.
Well, so I guess we can get this.
Hey, let's get it rolling.
Right,
Yeah.
So, good morning, everybody. This is CRAVIN IRON Podcast. I'm your host, Steve Fiora. I'm here with my co-host, Ty Underwood.
Hello. The wood.
And today we have a special guest. This episode is brought to you by Absolute Nutrition Arizona. And today we have the owner and founder of Absolute Nutrition, Rick Dugan. And I've known Rick for a while,
A couple days.
No, just a couple days.
Yeah.
But I've known you for a while. At least probably like 2 years.
About 2 years.
And one thing that I like about you, Rick, and you're our first guest on this podcast, and the reason why I wanted you as my first guest is because you're the first person. You go into any supplement store, okay, and Absolute Nutrition supplement store in Lake Havasu, locally here. But when I first went in there, I said, "Hey, look, I don't know what I want. I don't know. This is kind of what I want. I want to feel like I could throw a car over a house. A jacked up feeling,
Right.
super stem pre-workout, whatever. And then what was nice is, and I've never experienced this in a supplement store, but you're like, hey, here are these. This is what I've tried. This it's crazy. This stuff's intense, but how about this? You gave me probably 4 free samples.
Yeah.
In the little Tupperware containers or whatever, right? You gave me 4 couple free samples, and you said, "Hey, try them out. Let me know which one you want, and then I want you to try it out, and then you buy them. I'm not going to sell you anything if it's not going to work for you."
Yeah.
And that was just, that was new to me because I've never experienced that in a supplement store. Right. And I was just like anybody else that was just trying out different supplements and all that stuff. I think at the moment I was doing C4 at Walmart. And then you explained to me the difference between the C4 at Walmart and the C4 that you have in your store, right?
A little different.
Yeah, it's a little bit. And then, but anyways, there was that. And then, just throughout the years, I've been going in there and answering a lot of questions for me. When I hit a plateau in my workouts, because I couldn't past that 300 benchmark, you know?
Right.
And you probably remember, and I was like, I walked in and said, hey, look, I hit a wall. I need some assistance. Passing this wall, what do you think? And we were like, hey, well, try this stuff. And, you know, try a couple different things in there. And, but anyways, I've been going there for years. And you helped me out with, like, a lot of my peaks. And, you know, we kind of, I feel like, you know, we kind of, like, built a relationship a little bit. Just every time I go in there, my wife hates it because
we're in there for hours, or you're in there for hours.
Yeah. Every time I go in there, and she's like, "Oh, where are you going? I'm gonna go to the Southern store." She's like, "Oh, is Rick working today?" It's like, "No, he's always working." She's like, "All right, well, I'll see you in about 3 hours." I'm like, "Yeah, probably."
Go to Ross or Walmart or something.
Yeah.
It's gonna be a while.
Yeah. But anyway, so this podcast, like I said before, we're going a different route, and I want to get your backstory. We already covered, you know, a lot of your history with a lot of your careers, which I mean,
it's legit.
It is legit. Yeah, but
I'm old. You gotta understand, I'm old.
How old are you, Rick?
61 years old.
61 years
well,
old.
you look 32. So. No homo. Except for the beard's gray. You can't
the beard's 61.
Yeah, the beard's 61. The muscle figure, though. Yeah, but anyway, so yeah, trying to get your story out there and just building up to where you're at now. And I know that we talked a lot about why you opened up stuff in the store, but everybody that's listening to know that. And yeah, because I mean, if anybody's going to go to the supplement store in Havasu, and if you're new at working out, I suggest you go visit Rick, because he'll help you out. He'll point you in the right direction, and he won't sell you something that's not going to work for you. So, yeah. So
do my best.
Yeah, that's pretty legit. So, anyways, we already covered a lot of that stuff. So you said you used to race dirt
motorcycles. Yeah, back in the day.
Yeah, how old were you then? Oh, you said you were in your teens.
Yeah, I was. Let's see, probably in junior high school I started. So.
Yeah, no, I raced for a little bit, but I ended up actually splitting my knee open twice. Well, I was jumping. I was just practicing my jumps and trying to get further, and trying to get more comfortable with jumping further. Because we had a 80-foot tabletop at my parents' house, and my family owns 500 acres, and my dad works construction, so he was able to bring the heavy equipment like the bulldozer and stuff home every now and then. And he built us a dirt bike track and all that stuff. Had a runway race on, hill climb.
That's pretty awesome.
It was pretty good. So, but anyways, I grew up around that, and so I was on the 80-foot tabletop. I couldn't clear it. I probably was jumping 60 feet, and it's just because when you get that high, it's like you gotta get sketched out a little bit, so you kind of slow down right at the peak, because it's gonna.
Because it hurts when you fall.
Yeah. Well, if you fuck up, you're fucked. So
literally.
Yeah. So I would always get 60 feet, and what sucks about tabletop is so it goes up, and you have that peak, right? And you jump, but then it's flat, and then it drops down, right? Uh-huh. So I always land on the flat, and it hurt every time. Jump, you had to clear it.
Kills the ankles.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. So anyway, so I said, okay, fuck it. I had a two-stroke 250.
Right.
KX 250, and that thing. So I jumped, and I just gunned it, and I hit the power band. And I was like, okay, well, I'm going for it. Hit power band, and I over-cleared it, probably jumped 100 feet.
Oh, shit.
Yeah, and instead of hitting the down peak, I hit the top afterwards, right?
Cased it.
Oh! It bounced me off, or seat bounced me off the front. I got ran over by my dirt bike. Yeah. Well, it split my knee open, and I had to get kind of surgery. They had to push shit back in, and and my adrenaline was going. So I'm there, and I'm young, and I think I was in my teens,
right,
middle school, and so I'm sitting on camera, I'm talking with my little, because it was just sliced open, you see my kneecap, so I'm talking with it because my adrenaline's going, and anyway, so I split it open then, and then I was like, I'm gonna let it heal, whatever. It didn't heal right. It healed from the outside in, so it was super tender. But they say, hey, you can ride, whatever, take it easy. And then I ended up splitting open again, just trail riding, and that's when I was like, I'm switch spawns.
I think I'm done with this. Yeah.
Yeah, so I'm done with racing. I was going to enduro race a little bit, just in trails, because I was really good at trail riding. And was kind of comfortable with it. But got a family.
Yeah. Spent a year in a wheelchair, crushed my knee and all that. And then when I was a junior in high school, I cut my fingers off. And I'm like, okay. But that's when I discovered girls. So
kind of over it then.
Everything was out the window then. I mean, other things are funner to ride. And you don't have to put gas in it. Just spend money.
So you used to live in Nevada, right? You used to be a cop in Nevada?
Yeah, I was a cop in Nevada. I was a state trooper first for 10 years, Tonopah, Nevada. I did my sentence, believe me, out in the middle of BFE. I'm telling you, it's in the middle of nowhere. If you've ever been through there,
no, not that way, no.
The furthest I've been in Nevada was Sand Mountain.
Okay.
I think it's a little north.
Yeah.
And, Reno,
Well, if you've been to Reno, you went through Tonopah.
Oh, okay.
It's halfway between Reno and Vegas, pretty much.
Is it like that? I know that...
It's on top of a mountain and nothing around.
Yeah, but there's it's all like forest and shit.
Oh, no. No, there's no forest. It's high desert.
That might still be in California when you're going into Nevada.
Oh, you might have went up 395 on that one.
Yeah,
like through Bishop and all that.
Yeah,
no. You go 95 all the way up towards, you come out basically in Fallon. But, it's in the middle of nowhere. It's where Wyatt Earp was back in the day. Jack Dempsey, the boxer, he was a bouncer there.
Yeah.
A lot of history. That's where, it's kind of the gateway to Area 51 in that area.
Oh, okay.
So, as a matter of fact, the airport just outside of Tonopah, the local airport, it used to be all military. That was like Area 51 back in the day. And that's where they had one of the bombs for Nagasaki, Hiroshima. They were holding it there.
Oh, no shit.
A lot of history up there.
Yeah, no kidding.
A lot of history, But, I'd be on duty and you wouldn't see anybody all day sometimes.
Yeah.
I actually arrested a guy on America's Most Wanted out there. That's 2 hours from backup. Pulled him over for speeding.
All by yourself?
All by myself. Back then, we didn't even have cages in our cars. We put them in handcuffs in the front seat with us.
Okay.
Yeah.
He was a horse, so.
Yeah, right. Yeah. Storm on the horse.
Put him on the horse. But no, you just get that. When you get that hair on your neck, they teach you at the academy about that hair on your neck. Pay attention.
Spidey senses.
Something's not right.
Yeah.
And that's how that stop was. I went up there and he just kept looking in one mirror, the other, and he's just staring at me and I'm thinking, this is weird.
You knew right away.
I knew right away. And I walked up there real cautiously and he was real nervous, the guy was, So, because I called it out on the radio, but no, they didn't hear me. There was no communication because you're in the middle. There's no radio towers.
Oh,
because,
shit.
like Area 51 and all that's out there, so there's no repeaters.
Right.
And I knew it because it makes that, that when you hit the button, didn't do it. And I'm like, uh-oh.
So you knew you're on your own.
Well, yeah, you're committed. You got your lights on and everything.
Yeah.
He pulled right over. And so I got his license and everything, and I'm like, it's kind of weird. And, usually you turn around and you kind of do your peripheral vision, looking at the car. Yeah. This one I actually backed all the way back to my car, watching it. Okay. And he never took his eyes off me, back and forth. I'm thinking, this is kind of weird.
Yeah.
So I went around the back of the car and went to the other side where there's some cover. And took out my handheld and I dialed it into the county. They had a county repeater out there.
Okay.
When you're in the car and you're turning around, you don't have time to be turning your radios and stuff.
Yeah.
But I went back and turned the radio to the county and they let me know that he had a felony warrant. I guess he killed like 2 or 3 cops back east or something.
Oh, shit. All right.
Yeah, and so, there's no traffic anywhere. All you see is open range, cows on the road and horses on the road and all that stuff. So I took him out of the car and I sprawled him out right in the middle of the highway.
Did he comply instantly?
He complied. He didn't have a gun, nothing with him, and got him in the car. And one of the funniest things was, I got to tow his car, right?
Yeah.
So I got a tow truck on the way. Well, I'm a couple hours away from the town. Well, they have a deputy in town. He's on a motorcycle. His name's Bubba, big guy, you know, on the motorcycle. I hear in the distance, woo, woo, woo. I'm like, where the hell's that coming from? Look up, here he comes on the motorcycle. You know, he's heading for him with the lights on, right? So about a mile away from me, he runs out of gas. And he's running down the road. I'm like, hey, slow down, Bubba. I've already got you in custody. I'm not standing out there. I'm not sitting out there for 2 hours with a gun on this guy. There's just no way. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So we ended up, it was the funniest thing because we had to have the tow truck bring gas out to the motorcycle to make it back to town. Stories, you know. It's just, I should have wrote a book.
Yeah. Well, you still can, Rick. It's not too late. You know.
Just the coolest career, man. I'm telling you what.
Yeah.
Awesome. But, yeah, it was some fun times.
That's good.
What were you to Arizona?
Actually, when I was in high school, we used to have a house on the other side of the lake, on the Indian reservation area, about where the casino is now. And the lease was up, and the Indian people took it all back, you know, and everything. So we used to come out here all the time, back in the early 70s, mid to early 70s, late 70s. And I can remember being across the lake in the 70s, laying out there at nighttime looking across here. And you see, you know, periodic lights here and there.
Yeah.
Double wides and dirt roads. That's all there was over here. And I'm thinking, who the hell ever want to live there?
Yeah.
You know, I always said that.
Not here.
Yeah. And then when I was moving here, I went, I'm moving to that damn place. I said, who the hell ever want to live there? You know? But now it's a city. You know, it's actually big. There was nothing back then. The biggest thing back then was Crazy Horse. None of that stuff was down on the channel. I mean, it was Crazy Horse. And that was spring break capital, you know. I mean, that was where all the fights were and all the parties and all that stuff, you know. So it's changed a lot. Yeah. But my son lived here. He lives here. He worked for BNSF as a supervisor. And my grandkids were here, so that would be a great place to retire. You know,
makes sense.
Get out of because I moved to Pahrump. Get out of Pahrump, sold our house there. Moved here, and the money we made out of our house, we invested in the store, you know. Hoping that it would take off and, you know, and all that. And here we are, just after COVID, so that didn't help finances. But, you know, it's all good. You know, we made it through it. We weathered the storm, I think, you know. And, there was tough times where it was tough just to make the lease.
Yeah.
You know, thank goodness for me, I'm very blessed because I have my retirement from police. That I don't take anything out of my store. I've never taken any money out of my store. Everything I make in my store goes back into product. For 4 years, I've never taken any money out of it.
Oh, wow.
So thank goodness that I have that retirement to live on.
Yeah.
You know, and I'm very blessed. I'm very, very lucky to have thought when I was younger to get that retirement.
So you sold the house. What made you want to open a supplement store?
You know, I've had a lot of friends that retired law enforcement, and if they stop and do nothing and they retire to a recliner, they end up dead within a year or two. Yeah. I don't want to be that guy. I want to be that 80-year-old guy in the gym still pushing 405 on the bench.
Yeah. Well, you're doing that.
You know, I mean, I do it now, but I want to be 80 years old doing that. Right. Making the kids go, damn, man. You know, I mean, I guess it's an alpha male thing. I don't know, you know, competitiveness. I don't know. But, you know, I mean, I think to myself when I do, I do that every other day because I do bench every day. But, you know, and I do that every other day. My max, you know, I started out at, 225 and worked my way up to 405, and then I worked my way back down. So I'm doing 10 sets. And I sit back every now and then and go, what the hell am I doing this for? I'm 61 years old. Who the hell do I have to impress? Yeah. You know, but that's what I feel comfortable with. I don't try to outdo anybody. I put my headphones on, talk to anybody in the gym, and it's me time.
It's for you.
It's me time. It's time to shit and get and you know, be proud of yourself. And I think if you stay fit, you know, and not only fitness in the body, but in the mind and in the soul, you stay young. You know, you'll thrive. You'll get gains. Because a lot of gains aren't just supplements and these damn steroids that people take and all this kind of crap. It's in the mind. The mind will help you grow. You know, and I always tell people, don't worry about the outside. Let's get the inside healthy. You got to get the inside healthy where you get the outside healthy. It's kind of like that, don't judge a book by its cover. Mm-hmm. Because if you're not healthy, you can look great on the outside. Look where it's beyond it. What happened? Yeah. Mm-hmm. Look at Dallas McCarver. They look great, but they're not healthy on the inside. You have to make your inside healthy, then you're going to grow.
I think you're onto something, Rick, because I'd never guess you're 61 years old, man. You're
Thanks.
great. Yeah.
Thanks.
And, you know,
There's days I feel 71. How about that? No. I think I feel just as good today as I did when I was 21 years old. You know,
Yeah.
That's
I
amazing.
lift more. I probably work out harder now. You know, you're 21 years old. I don't work out that hard. I was doing construction back then. You know, pouring concrete every day, swinging a hammer. I mean, you know, last thing you want to do is get to the gym. You know,
Right.
you know, pouring concrete all day.
Yeah.
So, but no, I mean, during COVID, you know, I kind of backed off a little bit, you know, because it was hard on everybody, you know, and I have stuff in my store. I got my, you know, my Smith machine and everything in my store, and my weights and everything, but just the motivation, just, you know, it wasn't there as much, you know, and I think we all paid for that. But,
well, I mean, I think during COVID it was like tough on everybody, you know.
yeah.
I mean, like,
You know,
I opened up my garage again and started working out in the home gym again. You know,
it's hard to get motivated,
It
like
was.
it is in the gym.
It was,
Yeah.
yeah. It was weird.
People inspire me. People motivate me. I know this probably sounds really weird, but what motivates me is when I'm in the gym and there's other people in there. Nobody's looking at me. Nobody's watching me.
Mhm.
Yeah.
But like when I'm doing sets, I close my eyes. I have my headphones on in my own little world. And when I picture to get that last rep in, where I can't hardly do that last rep, I'm picturing everybody watching me.
Okay.
I'm thinking everybody's watching me, and I've got to rep. I've got to represent.
Mhm.
You know, open my eyes. No one's looking at me. Shit, I'm probably not even there anymore. You know, but you got to find something that motivates you.
Yeah.
Whether it's a TV show or posters, like, you know, all this on the wall motivates me. You know, like Seth right there. I mean, holy shit, man! If that doesn't motivate you, dude, you might as well get in your rocker. I mean, look at Seth. You know,
Yeah.
those things motivate you. You know, all those posters and stuff. But for me, in the gym itself, that's what motivates me. I just, you know, I close my eyes and think about everybody watching me, and, you know, alpha male, I guess. You know, you've got to represent. You know, I mean,
No, it's true, and I mean, and plus, I mean, you're representing everything that you've been through. You know,
yeah,
as a law enforcement officer, and now you own a supplement company, and if you go in there and you're just a fat slob,
yeah.
you know, if someone goes in there, are they going to buy supplements from somebody that looks like they don't know what they're
They're not
talking
going to
about?
take you serious.
No.
I mean, no matter what you do in life, you have to represent. You have to do your homework and know what you're talking about. Is there stuff I don't know what I'm talking about? Sure, but if I don't, I'm going to find out. I've got enough resources that I got people I can call. You know,
Yeah.
and go, hey, you know what? I hit a block wall here. I had a person come in and ask me this. You know, if I don't know, but you know, that's where you've got to, you know, in your job, you want to be the best that you can be. But if you're going to sit back and be lazy and be fat and everything else, you're not going to excel.
Yeah, it's not.
It's
not
a
worth
mindset.
It's not worth it. You know.
No, it's a mindset. You know, and that's the way you have to be in life. You have to have goals. Like when I was a DARE officer, I used to teach the kids. You know, I'd tell them about goals. And I'd say, if you have no goal, you're a lost soul. And I always tell them, remember that. If you have no goal, you're a lost soul. It doesn't have to be large goals. It can be small goals. Just get up in the morning and brush your teeth. But set goals. Where do you want to be in 5 years? Where do you want to be in 10 years, 15, 20? Set those goals. And if you don't get that goal, it's not the end of the world. It's okay. You know, but you have to have goals. And I used to tell them, I say, you know, I'm not trying to put people down. But I'll show you people that have lost sight of their goals, that have probably done amazing things in this world, that have taught people and could probably teach us tons of knowledge. Go out to the desert and see where they're living. These poor people that are homeless, that are living, they've just kind of given up. You know what I mean? And it's very sad, but I would teach the kids, you know, that those are people that did amazing things, and probably a lot of veterans and everything else that have done phenomenal things and given us the freedom to breathe. But they've lost sight of their goals, and that's where you end up. So you got to keep a goal so you keep prospering. You know, you keep going.
Yeah.
You know, if you lose sight of those goals, you're
going nowhere.
You're going nowhere. You're just kind of spinning the wheels. And
I mean, you know, and life's full of failure, and that's what we learn from. That's what makes it better.
it's depressing.
It is depressing.
But failure actually makes us strong if we take it that way.
Yeah.
You know, that's what makes us stronger.
I agree. I learned most from my failures.
Oh, me too.
Yeah.
I got to say, I mean, you know, I hate to say this, but, one of my relatives used to say, because some of the kids I used to hang out with were a little on the rough side, and it was my grandma. And my grandma used to say, Ricky's the one that's going to end up in prison. He keeps hanging around with all those people. That was a challenge for me. As a kid, thank God I had that mindset. That was a challenge for me. Because you know what? I ended up being the guy that put the people in prison.
Yeah.
So my grandma's probably up there going, dang, man.
I was wrong.
No, I'm proud of you. You proved me wrong. And that's a good thing.
Yeah. And had she not said that, who knows, right?
Right.
So
right.
putting that on the table, that gave you that goal.
To have that type A personality to say, oh, man, God, you hurt my feelings, kind of like the new generation. It's my goodness, put your big boy panties on and let's go hit it.
Yeah. Let's get some fucking
after it.
I get people in my store all the time, and I don't mean to talk bad about people or whatever, but they'll come in. Oh, I need something to take this gut off. And I'm like, well, are you going to the gym? Or are you exercising? You don't have to go to a gym. You go for walks in the afternoon. Do you walk the channel, whatever? No. That lady the other day said, well, yeah, we kind of exercise. So what do you mean? She goes, I walk from the living room to the bedroom. God bless her. I mean, I feel bad for her, but
nice lady, and you want to help, but you're like, I don't sell discipline at my supplement store. You know what I mean?
I mean, but there's no magic pill, and people, you see these commercials on TV. Like Frank Thomas. Oh, I got a bigger bat now that I'm taking this test booster. Mm-hmm. Yeah, right, bro. Yeah. I mean. Come on, and exercise, and people come in for testosterone boosters or whatever. I know I'm getting off track a little bit.
Oh, good.
But exercise will help that.
Yeah.
Exercise helps that testosterone. Yeah. Squats and those kind of things helps. Mm-hmm. And it really is a bummer. It kind of breaks my heart when people come in and want a magic pill. Mm-hmm. And I tell them a lot of times, hey, if I had that magic pill, I wouldn't have anything else in this store, and I wouldn't be here because the line would be from here to Las Vegas, trying to get that magic pill, and I'd be in the Bahamas enjoying life.
Yeah.
I mean, there is no magic pill. The magic pill really is work hard, just like Seth talks about. Bust your ass, man.
Mm-hmm. I mean, it's all about the work.
It's all about the work.
There's no magic pill.
And it's not easy.
Button.
There's no easy day.
Right.
There really isn't. I mean, we have days where it's better. You go, damn, I got a hell of a workout. I don't know what I did, but it was a great workout. Yeah. I always try to evaluate what we did the night before or we did that morning to figure out, to get that feeling back.
It's like, what I do differently.
It's a high. It really is a high. It's an addiction, too, to try to get that and go, damn, I felt good, man. There was no limit to my lifting today.
What did I do?
What did I do?
What did I do?
Yeah. But see, that's the fun part of it. You don't take that as a negative. You take it as a positive. You try to figure that out. It's like a puzzle. You don't stop until it's done.
Yeah.
And that's what physical fitness is, and that's what life is.
And what's crazy is like the days you don't want to do anything, those are like your best days in the gym.
Oh my God. I've had my best workouts on those days.
Yeah.
Where I'm sitting there going, oh my God, I got to pull myself out of the chair or something and go,
I do not want to do this today.
I want to go. Yeah. And then once you go, it's like,
once you're there, it's like once you just start moving, I think maybe it's just the success of getting off your ass.
I don't know.
Because it's easy to get off your ass when you're motivated, or it's easy to get off your ass when you're disciplined. I guess is when it's easy for you that day, right?
Yeah.
You're like, this is my plan.
But everything's just clicking.
Yeah, but then those days where you just want to sit there, you worked all week and you want to relax, but guess what? It's not rest day.
Yeah.
And those days, it's the success because it's not motivation that's getting you off the couch and that day, right?
Yeah.
It's your discipline.
Yeah.
And when your discipline kicks in, when you hit that gym, it's like an
adrenaline rush.
Yeah, it's a win. I'm here.
Those are my best days.
Best
honestly.
days.
Where I got to pull myself out of bed in the morning.
Yeah.
Because I usually get up around, I go around 4:30 in the morning every morning. Because I open the store at 9.
Okay.
And I don't leave there till 7:30, 8 o'clock from the gym.
That's a long workout. I know I'm doing it wrong.
61.
No, I mean, this is me. I would, and anybody will tell you that knows me, I would stay there 12 hours a day if I could.
She's shaking her head.
I honestly could. Yes. I could stay there because, like at the end of my workout, I put an hour of cardio in.
Yeah.
Whether it's pushing the sled or on the stairs. Oh my God, the stair stepper. I got a love-hate relationship with that thing, man. That stair stepper.
Well, you know, what sucks is it seems like, oh, this is going to be easy. I'm just going nice slow pace, but after like 10 steps, you're like, I was just holding on to the bars.
That thing, I hate that bitch.
No, you set that goal and everything's fine, and then you hit that wall and you're just like, And every step after that is just so horrible.
Yeah, it's fun. You know, it's a blast. It's my passion.
Yeah.
I wished I would have had this passion that I have now, you know, for the last 4 or 5 years. I wished I would have had that when I was 16. Because I probably look like Seth or whatever now. You know what I mean?
I mean, if you were 16 and you were doing what you're doing now, and you had yourself in the store longer, and you had all the knowledge that you have now. You know what I mean?
Well, you know, work. I mean, you know, now that I'm retired, I have a little more time to do it.
Yeah.
But when you're working, you know, you're working dark to dark, and you know, it's tough to get motivated to go to that damn gym.
Yeah.
Especially when your wife's calling. The kids are crying, and you're like, "Oh God, you got to go."
It's like,
do I want an ass kicking or do I want an ass kicking? You know, I mean, it's tough, and there's times where it causes problems, but and you got to reel it back in. You got to go, okay, I understand. I am spending too much time there.
Yeah, but then I mean, those days you're getting off work and it's been a long day at work, and you're like, okay, well, I gotta muscle it up and go to the gym, right?
Yeah.
But when you're driving from work to the gym, you hear the wife or calling, the kids are crying, and she's pissed off already, and you're on the way home to get ready for the gym, right? And you're like, oh, okay, well, now I got to go home and I got to help the wife because she's pissed off already.
Yeah. And it's understandable. I get it.
Yeah, it's frustrating, right? And then you deal with that, and now you still have to go to the gym.
Yeah.
Those are the hard days, but those are the best days.
The best days that you get the best workout.
Yeah, it's the win. You know, that's what we're talking about.
Now everybody's happy.
Yeah.
That's a feat in itself.
I know, right? Well, so cool. I scored some brownie points with the wife.
Only some.
Just some. Yeah, that's the best you
don't
can
get
do.
carried away.
Yeah. I just don't have to sleep on the couch. Oh god. Oh yeah. And I saved the kids from death.
That's right. That's right.
That's the important one right there.
Yeah.
No, it's good. You know, my store has been amazing. I mean, it's just been. You know, what's cool about having the store is you get to meet a lot of people.
Yeah.
A lot of diversity of people. But you know, most people that are in physical fitness have a pretty good mindset. They're usually on the happier side, you know, because they feel good about themselves.
Yeah.
You know, their adrenaline's good, their metabolism goes good, and you know, like I talking about COVID, we all got sluggish. You feel like shit.
Oh, yeah.
You feel like shit. But once you really get to the gym and the people that I deal with, you know, are usually really good. I mean, I've really never had anybody that's come in that I went, I think I need to throw them out of my store.
Right.
I really haven't. I mean, you know, it's usually people, they're in a good mindset. They know what they want. They stay in shape, which changes your whole mindset, you know, and how you look at life. And they walk around with a good posture because they feel good about themselves.
Yeah.
You know,
proud.
And I'm not shy about telling people, you know, damn, you know, you're putting in the work. You're looking good. You really are. That's gotten me in trouble a few times. But, you know, dang, girl, you're looking good. I mean, man, I can tell you're at the... Oh, God, here we go. Now I'm in trouble.
Been hitting in squats, huh?
Yeah. But, you know,
then your wife looks at you like, really?
Yeah. Really.
I'm right here. Well, look at her.
Yeah, I know. It's tough. But as far as the store, man, it's great. I mean, most of the people are they're good people.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, and they're open to, you know, if they ask me. I mean, I don't just typically throw it out there, but if you're asking my opinion at the gym, you know, I see things that, you know, I had, you know, people that what they probably should be doing as far as supplements and stuff or whatever. I don't say anything. If they come over and ask, I don't have a problem.
Right.
Yeah, I really
that's a different story.
You know, like a lot of people, they don't understand carbs. They're so hooked up on this stupid keto thing. You know, it's just so, you know, you'll introduce them to the carbs and they're like, oh no, I can't do that.
Yeah, it's the new fad.
Oh my God, it's going to make me fat. You're trying to give me carbs.
We'll see, and
It's not like a bag of bagels.
Yeah,
that's what I tell them. It's not like a bag of bagels.
There's different carbs out there.
Different carbs.
They're not all bad.
Yeah, these don't sit in your stomach like fat. They go directly to your muscle for energy. And you know, as you know, those carbs will push you through a workout.
Oh, fuck yeah.
It is amazing when you start taking carbs where halfway through your diet in your workout where you're just you don't have anything left. Gas is gone. You put carbs into your diet, man, it just pushes you all the way through. And it's good for the pumps too. Makes the pumps last longer. The pumps are better. Yeah. And people are just so afraid of carbs and it just blows me away. And you know, and I don't, you know, I understand it because back in the day I would have said, carbs? Why do I need carbs? You know, until someone explains it to you. And that's what I try to do at my store is I try to stop and explain everything to people. I have different analogies for things so people can really understand what you're talking about, like with proteins and how they react and how, you know, and that's the best part of my store is I love educating. I don't care if people come in and don't buy anything.
Right.
I really don't. You know,
you're just there to help.
I love people to come in just for information because you know what? Like I said, I don't take any money out of my store. I live off my retirement. That's my pay. When I see people prosper and they get the gains or they lose the weight that they want or they get where they want because of what I've taught them, you know, that's my pat on the back. Just kind of like being a dare officer. When these failing kids, and I would get them in the military and I'd get them moving, they'd come back to me and thank me. You know, that's my pat on the back. You know, I'd be sitting there in my uniform. It's funny at the school and they'd come back to the school after they've been in the military for a year. You know, they come to me and say, hey, you know, I'd like to go to college, but I come from a really poor family. And so I'd get them in ROTC and get them in the military. I said, let the government pay for your college.
Right.
Yeah. Let them pay the dime. And they'd come back, and no lie, I'd be sitting at my desk at the school. Here I am in my uniform, and they're sitting over there talking to me, thanking me for where their life has went. And we're sitting there in tears.
Yeah.
You know,
awesome.
and I'm sitting there trying to be the tough cop.
Right,
you know?
right.
I'm like, oh, my allergies are bothering me today, you know. And, you know,
It's the dust.
But it's just, you know, it's a feeling that you cannot pay for and you cannot work for because it's something that comes out of the blue. And it's kind of like the store. That's why I relate it to when I was a dare officer. It's kind of like a spinoff from being a dare officer because I'm teaching kids how to grow. Now I'm teaching adults how to grow mentally, physically, and all that. And it's just the most amazing feeling when you get someone that comes in and thanks you for what you've done. You know, it is. It's amazing. It's better than any money you could ever get. So I guess if I was going to be a millionaire, I'm going to be a millionaire that way.
Yeah.
You know, and that type of stuff.
So hey, if I was one of those keto guys that came in your store, how would you explain carbs to me?
Well,
to convince me that I need to make that change.
I hate to say it because I'll probably piss people off.
No, go ahead. Piss them off.
It's fine.
I'm not a big supporter of keto. Yeah, okay. I think if you're going to be on a keto diet, I think it should be monitored by a doctor. Okay. They should be monitoring all your vitals and all your blood and everything. Because carbohydrates are like putting gas in your gas tank. You know what I mean?
Okay.
And if you go hardcore keto, most of the keto programs say 20 carbs. Right. Well, let me tell you something. An apple has 20 carbs.
Yeah.
I know an apple a day keeps the doctor away, but that's bullshit. You cannot eat an apple a day and not get sick. I mean, come on, 20 carbs isn't an apple. Just be cognizant of your carbs. You know? I mean, I don't say, stay away from them, and I don't say eat 2 large pizzas or a bag of bagels. That's not what I'm saying. Just watch your carbs. Just moderation. You know what I mean? We also have what's GDA. Action Sledge has GDA. Glucose disposal agent. Right. You know, it makes it where the carbs don't sit in your fat cells. It diverts it to your muscles for energy. It changes your insulin. You know, another thing, you can't get drunk when you're drinking those things. People can drink and drink and drink, and you don't get drunk, and you
Shit,
don't have a hangover.
that's a secret.
No, I'm telling you, that's what
Look
he
at
was
that.
telling me that.
Yeah.
And I'm like, fuck, dude, I'm not.
you
Next
try-
time I drink,
Challenge
I haven't
accepted.
tried it yet, but
Challenge
I don't drink a
accepted.
lot.
Yeah.
But like when I do,
Yeah,
when I do,
you tie one on.
I'm gonna take some GDA.
Yeah,
From Action
yeah.
Sled supplements.
I had heard that it did that and everything, and actually, my son was telling me that he went out one night, took the GDAs. He said, "Dad, I just kept drinking and drinking. But you hardly get a buzz." I mean, you got to think about it though. It's changing your glucose and everything.
Yeah.
You know, and he said no hangover. I'm thinking, damn, that's a pretty good deal, huh?
Yeah, sounds pretty good. Yeah.
But no, if you're going to eat, say you're going to go out with your buddies on the weekend, or you're going to go with your family on Friday night or whatever, go have some pizza. They have the GDA. You pop 2 or 3 GDAs. You don't have to worry about that.
Yeah.
It sounds too good to be true, but it does work.
Kind of. Yeah.
Hey, you know what's gonna be funny though? Okay, just think about it. Like he's. I mean, this is like good information, and we're in a spring break.
Oh,
now,
shit.
Right?
Yeah.
I better get some GDAs on the
You
show.
better stock it up. Stock it up, Rick.
Spring break. You're gonna be very busy this summer.
And it'll help the local economy. Because the beer companies will love me. Because they'll just be drinking.
Yeah.
The police department may not like it, but
Oh god.
but
It's like we can't tell who's drunk. I mean, how are we gonna give? I mean, these guys driving around drunk and they're not even.
Yeah, you walk the line good.
here's the thing is the question here. Say you drink and drink and drink, you don't feel drunk. How would it come up on your BAC?
That's what I was thinking, right?
Your blood alcohol.
Yeah,
content?
yeah,
I wonder, it would have to come up because, well, I don't know.
It's in there, though, right?
It's in there. You drink it, but if the insulin and everything is diverting it and this and that, I wonder how it'd come up on a breathalyzer.
Yeah, we're going to have to get one and find out.
Test.
Yeah.
You watch. Someone's going to make $1 million on that. And I just put it on a podcast. Son of a bitch.
You blew that up.
You know what?
It's okay.
That's my life. That's my life story.
You're going to feel rewarded, though, so it's going to be fine.
Hey, it's going to be rewarding. We were just talking about transforming people.
That's right. Without any
transforming a lot of people right
without
now.
monetary gain, right? I'm used to that. Hey.
Oh gosh, we just made a whole bunch of teenagers and made like happy.
Well, we're going to cut that part out. The parents are going to be calling. I just went in their room and they got all these bottles of this stuff.
What's this GDA? Should everyone?
What's this GDA? Oh, that's for so the carbs doesn't store for fat.
It's for my games, Mom.
It's a healthy-
for my
It's like
games.
saltpeter. They won't wake up with a heart on. Mom.
Oh gosh.
Oh, man.
So
That's good.
So you always tell me that you have a store because you're just trying to help people and everything. I mean, just seeing people transform in your store, like when they first go in there to what they become like a year later, right?
It's amazing.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
So like, So I know like Coral and Luke.
Yeah.
He actually. So when you made your basket of goodies,
Right.
it had accent
Had
sledges,
the
right?
drawing. Yeah.
Yeah.
Raffle.
So he's the one. It's his wife. He won that basket,
Right.
And about with one ticket or whatever,
Right. Right.
And anyways, his wife used to be heavyset, and then
She looks amazing now.
she does.
Wow.
Yeah.
What an amazing transformation.
But you know what's crazy? So, like, I talk to her every now and then, and my wife talks to her more because they're like sisters, you know? Best friends, sisters. That's what
Besties.
Yeah. Besties, you know?
Whatever.
Yeah, whatever they call each other. I mean, but
homegirls.
yeah. But you know how like women do it. Not all women, you know. But
no, all women.
okay, yeah, well, most of them. But like, if they have a best friend, it's their sister, right?
Right.
It's just like, you know,
Bro.
He's a brother.
Hey, bro. Yeah, we go bro because it's just it's manly that way.
Yeah, bro.
Instead of saying
No
brother.
homo.
Brother don't sound good. That's all Hogan. Fuck that guy.
He didn't have any games,
Yeah,
dude.
but I mean, just she. Ever since they did that, right? He had ignition switch in there, which was scorpion venom.
Yep.
Ignition switch, right?
Yep. I think he had farm fed.
You had farm fit in there. You had hydraulic in there. Okay, because they ended up doing bucked up afterwards. Like she got really into like bucked up supplements.
Right. Right.
And I went to their house and to pick my kids up and stuff, right? And he's like, "Hey, you do action sleds, all that good stuff?" Yeah. He's like, "Oh, I got. You remember when I won that thing?"
Right.
Well, he's like, "Here's Scorpion, or here's ignition switch," and he had like half the container left, you know,
Right.
because he doesn't work out, and
Right.
she takes bucked up,
Right.
But ever since they did that, like she's been going in your store and getting all the stuff and talking to you, right?
Yeah.
And just seeing her transformation has been like amazing. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I mean, I can't really stand drive scoopers, but you know, because that's her thing.
But no, she really she looks good.
Yeah.
And I don't mean that to be weird, but I mean she's killed it. She really has. Yeah. She's done really well. I mean,
she has.
I see her periodically, and I'm like, dang, man, did she change?
Yeah. You know? Right. No, she's got quite the following too. Like, because I follow her on Instagram, and you see like before, like you know how like I post my videos for promotion or whatever, right? And after I get back from your store, you'll see I post a video. Hey, look, I got all this stuff, you know.
Right.
And from my first video to now, I'm a little better about it. I'm just a little more comfortable, with it, so it's a little easier. So you see that transformation too.
Yeah.
You know, that evolution with her too, because before she would work out in baggy clothes, right? Sweatpants,
shy,
shy.
Withdrawn.
Now she's comfortable with her body. She's outgoing. She talks about what she's doing, trying to coach people, right?
It's awesome.
But I mean, it was crazy. Like she learned it by going to your store. Yeah. You know what I mean?
That's cool. Yeah.
And it's just amazing transformations like that. It's just, I can
the motivation, the drive, and it's all work. It's called dedication, and she's put in the work. Yeah. And that's the coolest thing is when you can look in the mirror and go, "Son of a bitch, that works." Mm-hmm. Yeah. I always encourage people, almost everybody I encourage that's wanting to get into or really wanting to get serious in it. I always encourage people to take a before picture. Because I got to tell you, I've done some things that I thought, "Oh, this didn't work," and then I see before and after picture, and I go, "Holy shit!" Yeah, because we look in the mirror every day and we brush our teeth or whatever, and you don't see change in yourself. You know, we're always downgrading ourselves, anyways. We're our worst critic, and even without seeing that picture, I'm like, "Yeah, this doesn't work. And I saw the picture, and I'm like, "Holy shit, I'm going to keep doing what I'm doing." It's a motivation. Yeah. Before and after pictures are a total motivation. Yeah. And a lot of people are too shy to do a selfie or whatever. It's like, who cares? Yeah. Yeah. You want to be naked, be naked. You want to do it in your underwear, do it in your underwear. It doesn't matter. It's for you. It's not for anybody else. Yeah. And those things motivate. I know they do me to go, damn, I'm going to keep doing that. Where you're struggling somewhere, maybe your biceps or your triceps or your chest or whatever, and you're like, you try certain things, and then you see it and you go, damn. Yeah.
Well, I'm doing the 75 hard program that he did now, and they make you do the progress pick every day, right? Mm-hmm. So I'm doing the progress pick, and that was my least favorite part. I'm like, this is just straight dumb. Right, and I'm 47 days in, and I started like, oh god, it was wearing on me. Everything's sore. I'm like 2 workouts a day, and I worked out before, but I'd have rest days and everything else. There's no rest days on the program. And recently, I looked at my day 1 to day 45 picture. I'm oh shit, and then I started thinking like, I only got like 20 something days left. I gotta get more results. Yeah, exactly.
But then again, also it makes you not want to go back to that first picture.
Yeah. Yeah,
I don't ever want to.
I'm not. No, again. Never again. No. Yeah.
Yeah. My son here recently, about 4 months ago. He's a big guy though. My son. You see my son? He's a big guy.
I've seen him. Man, he was big. He was like over 300 pounds. I think.
He's 308. Yeah, but he's big. I mean, he's
boom.
Oh,
boom.
Well, now he looks. You could tell that. You could tell. I saw him when he was working at the store, right?
Yep.
I saw him when he was working at the store. He was like 308 pounds or whatever, right? Yep. And you could tell, like, okay, you could tell he works out, but
he didn't watch his meals.
But he didn't watch his meals. He was overweight, but he was
big.
He was big, right? Yeah. But then I saw him the other day, and I didn't even fucking recognize him. It's only been like 4 months, right?
4 months. He went from 308 to 218.
Holy shit.
Yeah.
I barely CrossFit.
Barely recognize him.
And measuring his food. portion control. He does meal preps, weighs all of his food. It's amazing.
Yeah.
I mean, he's trying to do the competitive CrossFit thing and all that kind of stuff now.
Yeah.
I mean, he looks almost too thin now. I mean, but he's ripped now.
Yeah.
And he was showing me his before and after picture the other day. He goes, Dad, you're not going to believe this. And I looked and I'm like, God damn, you were fat. I mean, I didn't look at him that way, though.
Just give it
I
to
didn't
him.
look at him that way.
Right. Well, like you said, you see him every day. So it's like, hey, that's my son.
See him like that. I'm like, holy shit. He can't believe it either. He goes, man, look at this.
Yeah.
And it's the motivation for him even. And he's just like, now he's just motivated. He's doing Havasu CrossFit and doing competitions, and he did that DECA. He went over and did the DECA thing at Feeling Good Fitness. And he started at Feeling Good Fitness. He was doing 2-a-days, and then recently he was over at Havasu Fitness. He wanted to kind of change it up a little bit, But I'll tell you what, you want to get lean and all that, Feeling Good Fitness, whoo, man, that's probably the best program in this town.
I've heard good things, and you've told me all about it, and it shows in the results with your son. Like, holy shit!
Well, everybody. I mean, man, it's amazing, that program over there. You want to get ripped, get your lungs good. Oh man, I'll tell you what, Sean Michael, he's the owner of that over there. Man, I'll tell you what, he runs a great program.
Yeah,
very successful.
Yeah,
and I don't get any money from him or nothing.
Right.
It's just I see the transformation. Yeah. We used to do the Desert Warrior Challenge. I used to put a booth out there when they had the Desert Warrior Challenge here.
And didn't they just recently do that again?
No, they canceled because of COVID and all that.
They were going to do it where the Kmart parking lot, right?
No, that was the DECA. They just did it over this last weekend. That was the DECA thing. No, the Desert Warrior Challenge was out at the racetrack, and they ran those mountains. It was like a Tough Mudder type thing. Or, the Desert was Challenge or whatever.
Obstacle course type stuff.
Yeah, all that obstacle course stuff. And what was kind of amazing back in the day when we were doing that, we had a booth, and Sean had his team there, of all the people that he has in his group. And I was observing the different gyms and stuff. They all have their little groups. And you can see the difference in the people, even with his group. They all look lean. I mean, they look good. That's a good program. I'm not here to promote this program, but
we're here to promote all of
it. Right. But I'll tell you what,
if it works,
Sean's and they're great people. Him and his wife are just amazing, phenomenal people, most fair people you'll ever meet. But they have a good program over there, and it's an ass kicker. The nice thing about it over there is their programs it's all written on the wall. Whatever their program is going to be, everybody does the same workout.
Right.
And they go station to station, like a CrossFit thing.
Yeah.
But they don't do the heavy weights over the shoulders and the clings and all that. They use dumbbells and that type of stuff. Okay. So they're not going to hurt themselves.
A little safer. Yeah.
It's safer. Yeah. And they have trainers there through the whole thing watching you to make sure you don't
make sure your technique's good.
Your technique and everything. And that's an amazing program when you have that. Because there's so many people go to the gym and they're confused. Mm-hmm. Some of these machines, hell, you don't know whether to climb on or under.
Yeah, you're looking at the picture, like how does this work?
Yeah, and some of the gyms. I get people in my store all the time, and I had a lady in the other day. She's like, "Yeah, I joined the gym." She goes, "But hell, with half of those machines, I don't know how to get in them." Mm-hmm. She goes, "When you go to the gym next, here's my number. Can you at least show me how to do it?" I said, "Well, I'd be more than happy to do that. I'm honored." Yeah. I was honored she asked me.
Yeah,
and sometimes they're a little confusing.
Yeah, they can be.
They can be confusing.
Sure.
Yeah. Or you see people over there, using them not properly, and sometimes I'll go over there and I'll try to help them. Mm-hmm. That's kind of a tough thing to do, though, because some people take offense to it.
Yeah, you don't want to be that guy.
Yeah, I don't want to be that guy. Yeah. I'm not there to tell everybody how to do. But one day I was sitting there and I was next to the platform. You know where the platform is?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
And I saw two girls over there, and they were doing squats, right? One girl was tall, one girl was short. Well, they had the whatever you call it, where you set the bar on
the safety bars,
bars or whatever. They had them really high. Well, the little girl, she's trying to get up there and she's struggling on the tippy toes. Mm-hmm. After she's done, wore out, And she's trying to just struggle to get this thing on. The other girl's not even helping her, you know? So finally I went over there and I said, hey, I don't mean this. I don't want to see someone get hurt. Right. And I could just see a back getting thrown out. This poor little girl was just struggling because she's wore out. And I went over there and I said, hey, you're the taller one, you're the shorter one. I said, why don't you set it down lower? Because you could always get down and up under there.
They're strong already anyways.
You know, and they just kind of looked at me like, and I think I might have stepped on their toes because they didn't change it or nothing. They just kind of looked at me and like, sorry. Yeah. This guy shows up. Well, he's one of the trainers there at the deal. Come to find out, that's his girlfriend. And I pulled him to the side and said, hey, bro, I didn't mean to step on your toes. I said, but she's complaining to you because I came over and I said, but I didn't want to see anybody get hurt. Yeah. Because I told her 1,000,000 times she won't listen. And I was like, oh my God. So that's sad. I mean, you know, you can really hurt yourself.
Well, squat's one of those things too. That's dangerous if you're not doing them right. You can jack yourself up real quick.
You bend over too far, you know. I mean, you can really hurt your lower back. Yeah. You know, and half the time people aren't even using belts. You know what? I probably look weird in the gym because I wear my belt when I'm on the treadmill. I wear my belt all the time.
There's a lot of people that do, actually.
You know what? You cannot do enough for your lower back. Your lower back goes out, bro, you're done. You're done. You know? I mean, I've had that happen where I had to pull my legs out of bed or walk through the house and all of a sudden I'm on my face because my legs gave out. You know, and that's not fun. So to wear a belt, who cares if people think it's stupid? You know, I've had people go, oh, why do you wear that thing? You're not doing anything. All you're doing walking on the treadmill.
Like, does your lower back hurt when you're walking on the incline?
And I tell them because I can. I mean, really. I mean, why does it matter?
Yeah, you're not there.
Like you wearing your duty belt and using suspenders. You're like, oh, that looks stupid. I don't care. I don't want all that weight sitting on my hips. Right. You ever see the guys that have their duty belts, you know, with the suspender?
They're usually the older senior guys that
have already done damage to their back. Well, you know, lifting weights and all that's the same way. You can really hurt yourself. Now that's like when I do my bench, I always use a Smith machine because I work out alone. I don't want to drop 405 on my chest.
I'm the same way.
Because I ain't getting out from under 405. You know that. You've done it.
Oh, let me tell you.
You get stuck under that some bitch, let me tell you something.
So the first time I benched, I tried to max out. This was back in California when I lived there, but tried to max out at 325, I think it was. And I was hitting 315 pretty good and wanted to max out at 325. And, you know, I worked out with 4 guys, which was, we were in the gym before I was with my wife and I had like a family and stuff where I could actually spend that much time in the gym. But, I was like, hey, I'm going to max out today. Are we going to be there? They're like, yeah. No one showed up. None of my buddies. So I was like, okay, well, fuck it. I got to the gym. I was doing chest, you know, and I was like, you know, I feel pretty good. I'm going to try to max out, right? So I decided, you know, I'm going to max out. So I picked the guy in the gym to spot me. And it just happened to be this high school kid. And he was like the smallest kid you could ever fucking imagine, right? But he was the only one in the gym, and I was feeling good.
So just that little bit helps.
So that's I called him over today, and he stopped me, and I put all the weight on, you know. He's like, I can't lift that. I was like, look, all I want you to do is be here to make sure I don't kill myself.
Guide me along.
So I said that, and I jinxed myself, right? So I was feeling good in my arms, right? I had him assist me up. Right. And like a little bit helps, right? I said, hey, just don't touch it. I'll let you know when to touch it. He's like, okay. So, because I mean, obviously he wasn't really experienced, and I don't want to drive the bar too early because it just pissed me off. Because nothing, you know, when you're feeling good, nothing pisses you off more when you feel
a little bit of tension.
Dude, come on, I had it. I didn't get it. You know? But anyway, so I bring it down, and I'm pushing it up, and I was way too cocky. I didn't have my thumbs wrapped under the bar. And I didn't even think about it. You know what I mean? I always have my thumbs wrapped around the bar, but I was just too cocky. I was like, all right, cool, I'm feeling good. You know, I'm going to do this. I had a little kid. I didn't even stop.
You're all amped up.
You know, so I have my hands like this, right? And I come down, and when I pick it up, I get it all the way up. It rolled off. It's 325. And it crushed my chest, right? It bruised all my ribs. So my adrenaline was going so much. I got up, and I couldn't breathe for a second, you know. Well, I didn't just get up, but they landed on me, right? And this kid's like, oh my gosh, I don't know what to do. I'm like, I'll just take the bars off or take the weights off the side. So he's taking the weights off the sides, and I was able to lean it over when he got one side off. and squeezed from under it. I was like, hey, he's like, oh, are you okay? And you could hear it. You could hear everything crack. Right?
You're like, oh, shit.
So I get up, and I'm like, oh. And I'm catching my breath, and he's like, are you okay? And I'm like, yeah, just give me a minute. So, anyways, I said, you know what? After I calmed down for a second and got my breath, right, it didn't really hurt that bad. Right?
Yeah.
Because my adrenaline was up.
Sure.
Load it back up.
So I said, okay, well, load it back up. I'm going to do it. You know,
Oh, Jesus.
you know, that's what I'm going to do. You know, and I didn't think I did any damage because I didn't feel anything. You know?
Yeah.
Except for when it landed on me and I lost all my hair.
Ow.
Right.
But, anyways, I was like, fuck it, let's load it back up. And then I ended up wrapping my thumbs. I checked my grip. I wasn't psyched out at the moment, you know.
Yeah.
And I did it. I did it once. I put it up. I was like, all right, cool. I'm done. Took all the weight off. And by the time I got the weight off, re-racked everything, and I was like walking to my next station. Fucking adrenaline started going down, and I felt fucking everything.
Yeah.
I couldn't bench for like 3 months.
Like a wave.
Wow.
And it was all black and blue here, swollen.
You're like
you see all the veins. I know. Yeah, no kidding.
Well, what people don't understand when you're doing bench like that, and you're maxing, you don't put the freaking, you leave them open. You don't put,
Right.
You don't put
Yeah,
the
so you
clamps.
Yeah, never clamp.
You don't put the clamps
Yeah.
on, so in case you have to dump the weights.
Yeah.
And I see people doing that at the gym all the time. I'm like, what are you doing? I'm benching. Well, what happens if you got to dump those weights? That's what's going to save your life is dumping those weights.
Right.
It's common things that people don't think of.
Yeah.
Yeah, and like I put the clamps on. I mean, till this day, I put the clamps on all the time. But once I hit 315, it's a side thing now. You know, because I had the clamps on the side. You know, so I couldn't dump the weights.
Right.
You know, but now it's a side thing. Like once I hit 3 plates on each side, 315.
No clamps.
No clamps, and it takes me like a good 45 seconds to get my grip.
Yeah.
And it's because when that happened, like it psyched me out so bad. Like after 315, every time, I'll take less of a break because I know it's going to take me a minute to get comfortable under that.
Mm-hmm.
Again, you know, and
That's why I use a
it's been
spin years because I can always latch it.
Yeah.
And I put the chocks up to where in case I do drop it.
Yeah. Right.
You know, and people go, oh my God, that's cheating. I had a couple kids go, well, that's cheating. Yeah, it's 405, but that's cheating. I go, then you get your happy ass under there and lift it. Well, I can't lift that much.
But it's cheating.
Get out of my face.
Yeah.
Because 405 is 405. Whether it's on that or it's a free bar. Yeah, free bar, you got to worry about the wobbling, but it's still 405.
Mm-hmm.
You know, your car is still 2 tons, no matter if you put air in the tires or not.
Yeah.
That's a good analogy.
That's what I tell
That's good.
people. It's like, you know, at least with the Smith machine, it's controlled. You know, you can target those areas you want to target.
Right.
Because you know, when your arms start getting tired, your form goes to shit.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
You know, and that's what I like about the Smith machine. If you notice, you watch a lot of these pros, they're using machines. They're using Smith machines. Mm-hmm. A lot of them. You know? So, I mean, I don't care. I'm not going to be an Olympic athlete.
You're not there to look cool. You're there to grow, right?
I'm there thinking about people looking at me. Remember I told you?
Yeah.
I'm just kidding. But
He's not getting that.
It works.
And I know the days when I don't make it to the gym, I just feel sluggish. You know?
Yeah.
But when I do make it to the gym, I just have that much more.
Well, and you know, like working in the fields that we worked in, because I mean, I'm assuming you went to the gym when you were working as a cop.
Oh yeah.
And I'm assuming
a lot more cardio back in the day.
I'm assuming you were as massive as you are now too. So
I don't know.
Oh, when he gets bashful.
I'm not massive.
I don't know.
You see, I don't look at.
Yeah, it was.
I see all these pictures, you know, like Seth and all these posters I have in my store. I'm like, damn, I want to look like that. But I'm not willing to do the juice.
But I mean, it's a satisfying thing though, because we had people at work that were like, "Hey, I'm gonna get steroids, or I'm gonna do this, or I'm gonna do test or gear or whatever," you know.
Right.
And like I told them, "Hey, you know what? There was this one guy, his name's Ogilvy, really, really good dude. Okay, hung out with him a couple times. He lives here in Havasu." But he worked with us for about a year or maybe longer. I don't know if you remember Ogilvy, but anyways, he was on gear and he looked really good and he was big, right?
Right.
And I told him, hey, I'm going to get just as big as you or bigger, and I'm going to do it natural without any gear, without any assistance, right? Which I mean,
as natty as you can be.
Yeah. And I started building up to that. He ended up quitting and finding something better, but I still strived on that. And there's multiple people that were still doing it, and I told them, and I ended up getting big, right? And I did it without all that. And these guys are doing it, and they're first thing. I mean, even if you're on it or not, if you don't put in the work, you ain't getting shit. Right?
Oh, you'll just get fat. And
and I mean, like nothing against people on gear. Like
they put in the work.
They put in the work.
Everybody puts
respect,
the work.
And like still respect.
There is no magic pill, like I said earlier.
Yeah. And I mean, you still put in the work, right? Well, you could tell these guys weren't putting in the work.
Oh,
you know what I mean? Because like they were doing it.
They wanted to come easy.
Yeah. And they were doing it, and they were growing, but it was like very, very slow. And then they would hit their plateau, and they wouldn't grow because they're not putting in extra effort. You know what I mean?
If you're taking the gear and you're not putting in the work, you look fluff.
Yeah.
You just look like a marshmallow. You look puffy.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, that depends on what they're taking too, because you want to deck it. I mean, it'll make you look real fluffy, but most of them, if they're not putting in the work, there's no substitute for work. There really isn't. I mean, you know, big ramming and all these guys. Seth, he admits it, you know, about the gear and all that stuff. They know you're not just going to grow by a shot or a pill or whatever. There's just nothing there. Maybe someday, but probably not in my lifetime.
Yeah.
Where he's going and get an IV and you end up looking like freaking a monster. You know, I mean, who knows technology the way it is. But you got to put the work in, you know. I mean, that's what I always tell people. There is no magic pill. You got to put the work in.
Gear is kind of like a supplement. It can help, but it's not going to do everything.
Well, if you don't work, it's not going to do anything. You're going to look like a Stay Puft Marshmallow Man. Really, I mean, you get fat and plumpy if they're not putting the work in.
Well, and that's like all these guys that talk shit about gear. You know what I mean? It's like, you know what? I mean, they could go fuck themselves because, and like when you really put in the work, like us here, like we put in the work to look good, right? Look good naked and fucking feel good about ourselves. Mentally and physically, all that stuff, spiritually. But before you do that, those are the guys that are talking shit about doing it. Like they haven't put in the work. And if you look into bodybuilding, you have so much bad mouthing about bodybuilding and they're just on steroids and shit. No, dude, you know what? Mad respect to all those guys because they fucking put in the work, and you can tell.
People think overnight you're going to look like that. These guys put years, 20, 30 years in of working out. You know, I mean, I have that one poster up behind my cash register. It's the, what's his name? I don't know his name. Dude with the mask on. All veined out. You know,
Ty Green.
No, it's not Ty Green.
Okay.
He's a white guy.
He's a white guy. He's just massive. And
God, I can't think of his name.
Didn't he pass it?
Someone said he passed. I don't know. I don't know if he did or not. But he's a monster. And people go, I want to look like that. Well,
you got 10 years
of
hard work.
That's not just juice. That's just not gear. I mean, that's busting your ass. Busting your ass in the gym. You know, people think all you gotta do is get these needles and this shit. You know what? You're gonna fuck yourself up. Is what you're gonna do.
Yeah.
And it's a vicious circle. You know, I mean, if you watch Seth's stuff, you know, he talks about what a vicious circle it was. All that gear and stuff. It's maddening.
I've heard in one of the latest ones I watched with him, he talked about he wished he never even started it.
Right. Most of them will. Rich Piana used to talk about that.
Well, and it's because they notice that
they're invested
now. They're invested now, and like Seth talks about, he's like, you know, he knows that he put his body through hell.
Oh yeah.
But he would never change a thing.
No.
But now where he's at, the amount of shredded he is and how he feels without it, like he misses it because of the what it makes you feel inside, you know. And
gratification.
And he's done it for so long, but now he's not on it, and he's like, you know, he doesn't really want to go back. Cause like sometimes he's like, oh, I want to do some Deca or or whatever, you know, but just for the feeling. But he doesn't.
It's like a drug addict. It's an addiction.
Honestly,
it is literally an addiction. It is, and everything's an addiction.
Yeah.
That's how we are as humans.
Mm-hmm.
We're always addicted to something.
Creatures of habit.
We are.
Yeah.
I mean, we're addicted to something. It doesn't matter what it is. It's alcohol, the drinks, the energy drinks,
Bangs,
to
coffee, whatever.
the friggin' snuff and whatever.
Bubble gum, yeah.
Yeah. But no, that's how humans are. We're addicted, and I think my addiction is the gym,
I think that's the key. You want to be addicted to good, healthy things, though,
right.
and then you're
It's a
okay.
good, healthy thing, but it can be too much also.
That's true.
It can cause a lot of problems.
You can go extreme with anything, right?
It can cause a lot of problems with family and injuries and on and on. It could be too much of anything is not good.
Right.
Yeah, but I mean, then you have those.
But it's better sitting at a bar all night, spending all your money. I think if I was to pick what I think would be better, would be the gym versus chasing booty all night and drinking at the bar.
Whoa.
Whoa. Pump your brakes.
Depends on what the booty looks like, though.
Yeah.
Hey, come on now.
I mean, it depends on, okay, you can chase the booty, but if you're getting the booty,
You occasionally get to tap that ass, is that what you're saying?
then, sometimes it might be worth the break in the gym, I don't know.
I don't think we could take a break for that, right? Yeah, bullshit.
Yeah.
Oh, God.
Yeah, good times.
Yeah. So, anyways, everybody, this is Rick. This is what he's about. I really wanted to get you on the podcast just to, like I said, I mean, I want to support local businesses, but you had a big impact on my life because you're talking about the transformation in people. You remember what I looked like when I first walked in the gym, and then you told me, like going in there, or not in the gym, but your shop, and then you told me, hey, I could tell that it's working. I could tell that
you try to encourage. You got to encourage people. We like to hear that.
Yeah. And I mean, but
I don't think it's weird. But you know what? We all like to hear we're doing good.
Yeah. But I'm one of those guys that you had a big impact on.
Well, thank you. And that's what I do it for.
Yeah. So, I mean, if you guys are in the local area, Lake Havasu, even if you're not into supplements or into working out or whatever, stop by Rick's shop and
bullshit.
The bullshit, because I mean, dude,
we all got stories.
Yeah, and I'll tell you, this guy will help you. And even if you're confused about supplements, I mean, I wasn't really, like I said, I was doing C4. It was probably like 3 years ago, I guess. I've been going to your store for a while.
Yeah.
But yeah, when I first walked in, I was on doing C4 from Walmart, and that's crap. Yeah. Sorry, Walmart, but
Well, everybody's got to start somewhere.
Yeah,
but it's an introduction.
Yeah, but I mean, when I did that, it changed my life, and when it comes to my gains, mentally, physically, all that. So,
well, it's not just one supplement. People think they can come in and just get one supplement.
Which one do I buy?
And it's going to change everything. And I always tell people, there's two things really that you really should be doing. And the other things are just add-ons. Like even pre-workout is just an add-on. Mm-hmm. You really should be doing protein and you should be doing amino acids. Those are the two basic things that you should be doing. Those are your staples, honestly. And I tell people that you're not gonna come in here. I'm gonna just sell you a bunch of stuff and say, bye, Felicia, have a good day. That's just not what I do. I'm not going to blow smoke in your butt and tell you need all this crap. I get that all the time from people in this town that have been to other places. Mm-hmm. Sell them false dreams and sell them crap. Mm-hmm. I mean, I had a guy come in yesterday that was sold a energy thermogenic, and he's a schizophrenic.
Oh, Jesus.
And he's on meds for it.
Yeah, that's bad.
And the other place sold him that. And I said, did you tell them that you have these issues? And he goes, oh, yeah, I told them. They said, this will be perfect for you.
Yeah.
He goes, but every time I take it, I feel like I'm going out of my mind. Well, no fucking shit. He's a schizophrenic. Mm-hmm. Suicidal.
Bipolar.
Mm. I'm like, bipolar, and it's like, oh my God, are you kidding me? You're going to give this guy a high dose of caffeine and a thermogenic that's going to heat you up like you're on fire? I'm like, oh my goodness.
Yeah. Well, but so support Rick, support his business. I mean, you did survive COVID. I know it was relieving. Like, you have all these shops closing down, and I mean, I was still able to go to your shop when I needed something. You know what I mean?
We had a lot of supplement stores closed down across the United States.
Yeah.
A lot of my vendors that I buy from, and they've lost a lot of customers.
Yeah, but I mean, I was proud to go in there. Like, I could use my discount code and go online, which I do sometimes. But
yeah.
But I mean, still, like, I like going there and buying stuff from you. Regardless if I could get it online, I still go buy stuff from you because, first thing, like, I like supporting you because I know that. I know you didn't. You kind of told me about it a little bit, how tough it was during COVID. But I mean, you don't have to tell me that it's tough for me to know because I see all these other businesses that are closing down, and I
can usually match or beat most prices.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
You know, online prices, whatever.
Yeah.
I'll match them. I don't care.
Well, I mean, there's been times where, I mean, you know that I'm a demo crew member and everything, and you're like, hey, well, show me what price do you get that, and I'm like, oh, okay, and then I'll show you, and you're like, okay, cool, well, here you go.
Yeah, I don't.
You know,
like I said, it's a hobby for me.
Yeah.
Everything goes back into the business. I don't draw a paycheck. I'm the only one that works the store, so it's like I said, it's a hobby. I'll never probably be a millionaire, but I will be at heart. Knowing that I help people and all that kind of stuff. It's not about money and all that kind of stuff. Yeah, hey, I'm not going to turn it down if I become a millionaire, of course. But no, that's not really what it's about. At the end of the day, it's about helping people. Honestly, it really is. I mean, you can be a millionaire and be broke.
Yeah,
morally and ethically. You got to feel good about yourself and know that you did the right thing for yourself and other people. It's just how I try to live and do right by people. So, and that's like you said, that's my pat on the back.
Yeah.
I mean, that's my pay. And I'm good with that. That's awesome. You can't pay for that. You really can't. It's worth more than any money in the world. Mm-hmm. To see people's success. And you had a hand in it. Mm-hmm. My goodness. I mean, what's better than that?
Yeah. Yeah. So
it's kind of like where you guys were. If you were to guide someone in the right direction, and they never come back.
Yeah.
I mean, and they come back and tell you, bro, it's because of you.
That's the best part.
The things that you said to me, and the things that you gave me some guidance in my life that I didn't either get from my family, my father, or whatever. I never got that before. And if you could put that positive impact in their brain, my God, it feels great.
Yeah.
It makes you walk tall. It makes you just feel great. So that's what I like about my store. I enjoy helping people. So.
Yeah. So how would somebody contact you? You got your number and.
Yeah, I'm in the Ross Shopping Center, 34 North Lake Havasu Avenue, which is right behind Taco Bell, right behind Zip's gas station. Probably everybody knows what I'm talking about.
Mm-hmm.
Actually, I'm right next to Little Caesars.
Everybody knows where Little
Caesars is.
Yeah,
$5 pizzas.
Yeah, and you have that. I mean, it's easy to find. You have signs outside saying you're open. You have signs outside promoting, and your sign's bigger than all the other ones in the shopping center too. But I mean, for a while you were the only supplement store in Lake Havasu.
Pretty much, yeah. That type of a supplement store, yeah.
Yeah. But I mean, like I said, swing by your shop and talk to them. If you actually Google any Absolute Nutrition,
it comes up.
It'll come up in Lake Havasu. Absolute Nutrition, easy. That's all you need to Google, and it'll come up. It'll show you the address. You GPS to it. Yeah. You also have an Instagram. I'm going to put your Instagram handle in the bio on this podcast. So if you guys want, just click the handle on the bio, or his Instagram handle in the bio.
Yep.
Click on it. And, check out his Instagram. You have your supplements on there. You have your promotions, all that good stuff on there.
A lot of different things. The things that we've done and promotions. And we used to do a lot of We do a radio podcast from the store.
Yeah.
Put on a pull-up contest and all that kind of stuff. I haven't done that in a while. Just like everybody, COVID and all that. It's just
well,
you can't do that stuff. You can't do it.
Yeah.
I don't think the health department really lets you do that kind of stuff. But now that it's kind of laid off, I probably might start doing that kind of stuff again.
Yeah.
Having little events.
Yeah.
So that was a lot of fun. We really enjoyed doing that.
Yeah. So, what's your number?
It's 928-733-6215.
Yeah, so give them a call, and actually, you can also. And I've had friends in California that are 14 hours away. They needed stuff, and you actually sent them stuff.
I ship stuff everywhere. I just got done shipping stuff to Hawaii. I just sent stuff to Kansas City, Massachusetts. I mean, all over the place.
Yeah,
I'll send stuff. I don't care.
So
I send to Hawaii all the time. A friend of mine lives over there. So
I mean, if you watch this and you're not in Lake Havasu, and even in Kingman, you call him. He'll ship it to you.
Yep. No problem.
Yeah, and anyways, really straight up guy, and I'm glad you're still open because I would have killed me to see you close.
Yeah.
But that's like my go-to when I want to just bullshit for 2 hours.
when you get to when you have permission.
Yeah. No, I know. Well, what's nice though is like family friendly. Like my kids go there, and while we're bullshitting,
they're rearranging the store.
Yeah, they're rearranging.
So it gives me something to do the next day. When nobody's coming in. So hey, no, it's part of my workout.
So my daughter would go up. And she'll go in there, and when we're talking, we'll just kind of lose track of time. And I'll turn the corner, and she has the energy drinks. The Bang energy drinks are all lined up, and her and my son are jumping over them like it's an obstacle course.
I don't care. You know what? My grandkids come in there and they're kicking soccer balls around, and that's what it's all about.
Yeah.
I mean, it's not a big deal. Yeah. I know parents, they always get all upset. Get over here.
Oh no,
get over here. And I'm like, let them run around. I don't care. No matter to me. Mm-hmm. It's a family thing. I'm not uptight like that. It's just.
Yeah, and that's what's nice about going to a family-owned business versus going to, nothing bad about GNC.
Franchise.
But franchise business, they're kind of tightly ran, and, you probably get in trouble if your kid's rearranging their store.
Yeah, they may frown on that, but it's all good. It's all fun.
But, again, Rick, I appreciate you coming on, and like I said in the previous podcast, we're going to be hitting local businesses, and I'm glad that you were my first. You were my first
Thanks
guest.
for having me. It's been fun.
Yeah.
It was an honor to meet you, man. You're an inspiration, and I want to be like you when I grow up.
Oh my goodness,
you're pretty badass.
especially that career, man. That your history.
You've done some shit, bro.
You've done a lot of shit in your day.
I have. It's kind of funny. I worked for one of the sheriffs. God bless him, he's dead now, but he used to tell me, he'd go, Rick, I think you're full of shit. I said, what do you mean I'm full of shit? He goes, there's no way a man your age has done the things that you tell me you've done. I said, I'm being honest, Sheriff. I've actually done that. And then, because I used to have my own construction company, and I had my own bobcats and excavators and all that still when I was a cop, even, because I did side jobs. He even had me over at his house doing tractor work and everything else, and I said, see, told you I know how to do this, but he couldn't believe it. He's just like, oh man, I've been very blessed in my life to do so many different things. God, it's just got to do a lot of different things.
Yeah.
Very, very blessed. You can never learn enough.
Yeah.
You can never learn enough.
Yeah.
So you always got, in case you lose that job you got, you can fall back on something. I had an FTO dude that told me that when I was on FTO with Highway Patrol. He's like, because you know how they're always on you like boot camp, right? Oh, if you don't do that, I'm going to have your job. And I'm like, okay. He goes, what do you mean, okay? I go, man, I got enough, in construction. I can go back tomorrow. Yeah. He's going, like crap.
Shit, that approach isn't going to work.
That wasn't working. He's another one that had me over his house doing tile work. So, it's just, you can never learn too much.
Yeah.
Always can come in handy.
Yeah. So everybody, just like I said, it's honored to have you on the podcast.
Thanks.
Contact him, and like I said, walk in the store, have a conversation with this guy.
Come into bullshit.
Yeah.
Share stories. That's it.
But everybody, thanks for listening. On the YouTube, if you're on YouTube, subscribe and click that little bell. So when we actually post this podcast, it'll bling on your phone. Ding. And or a new podcast, it'll pop up on your phone so you can watch them. And support your local businesses. And this is a good one to support. So thanks for listening. Thanks for being on.
Thanks for having me. It's been a blast.
Hey, it's hard not
Drop
to.
the mic.
I know. Yeah, we can't yell at Christoph.
I know usually at this time we're like yelling at.
Oh, really?
Here you go. Yeah, Christoph. He's not here today, so I'm doing it with the mouse. If you guys haven't noticed, but usually we're yelling at him to shut the thing off because he's late on it all the time.
Oh,
So I'm like, come on, man, push the button.
and you can shut it off from here.
Yeah,
we're good.
All right, guys.
All right.
You guys, love you guys. Thanks for the support, and you guys support them.